Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
And these are the kids from the COVID care protection centers who are watching the Mahabharatam and all the other Puranic scriptures and educating themselves. They also perform yoga. So we've been teaching them how to do yoga. Yes. Glimpses of kids performing yoga. So this is how the kids are really enjoying their time being part of the COVID care protection centers. They perform yoga, they do power manifestation. They learn the sacred truths that Swamiji has shared with the world and strengthen their powerful cognitions. So we invite all the viewers, families especially, to join us to this COVID care protection centers and be protected from ongoing pandemic. Before we go to the next segment, let's have a short promo and we'll be right back.
Direct spiritual support and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity. Whole planet.
We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasian.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service, helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service, helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you, aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you, and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet here. We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings.
Nithyananda, welcome to all of the viewers who are joining in this next segment in the continued series that we have been presenting on the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Now, for the last couple of days, for almost 1 week, we have been literally celebrating across Kailasa, Kailasians across the world, how the UN has recognized the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Nithyananda. Welcome back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We are now going to be continuing into the next segment of today's program. After the Devi Bhavasamadhi Darshan and the Devi Akashic reading program, now we're continuing our series on the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the women of Kailasa. For around 1 week or so, we have been celebrating around Kailasa in countries all over the world, how finally the UN has recognized the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And having witnessed the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism undergo so much of attack, incessant lawfare, brutal destruction to his Adinam and his disciples, and also direct assassination attempts against himself, Kailasians across the world are finally having some kind of reprieve, some way, some form where our voice is heard, where the cries of survivors of child sexual abuse, sexual assault by the anti-Hindu militant forces, and so much more crime have been finally seen some kind of platform where there is a place which is recognizing the legitimacy of our story, of what had actually happened, the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at play, and the entire Hindu Holocaust, which has been going on for 700 years. Over the last couple of days, we have been presenting to you in conjunction with the Hindu Persecution Awareness Month. We're going to be step by step presenting to each and every one of you about the Hindu Holocaust, how that is continuing to happen in magnified proportion against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, how literally what over the last 500 years people have done against Hindus, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has experienced, has gone through, has sacrificed in just a couple of decades. We've seen this again and again, and we are showcasing the examples during this segment every single day. What we really request all of the viewers who are watching, please take a few minutes to ensure that you see the UN report where the Human Rights Commission of the UN has spoken and or at least has recognized the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and among a list of persecuted communities and their reports on their respective persecutions and the crimes done against them. Kailasa is listed amongst them. Officially, Human Rights Commission of the United Nations has recognized the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And now we request all of the Hindus who are joining across the world, all of the practicing Hindus, the curious Hindus, sympathizing people who want to be Hindu, every single one of you who in some way or form associate yourself with Hinduism and start identifying yourself in some way or form to Hinduism, even if it's just a concept at this time, not just sacred sentiments or religious belief that you really appreciate. We ask and request your time to share this link where the UN has recognized Kailasa, recognized the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and share this with as many Hindus as possible, with as many people as possible, and ensure that at least on this platform that we have received, we have gotten, let's make sure that every single person knows. Now today, in continuation with our series on the Hindu Holocaust and the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the revival of Kailasa, we are presenting one of the tactics and brutal persecution used and most well known if you recall the Hindu Holocaust. If any Hindu recalls what has happened against Hindus, we first remember the destruction that was pursued and ensued against the temple ecosystem and the Adina. This very tactic was the first brutal attack against Hindus and the Hindu civilization by the Mughal invaders in more than 700 years ago. And since that time, more than 100 million temples across all of the nations that were at one point Hindu have been absolutely destroyed and lost. The temples that we see today, the temples that we revere, worship, and the ecosystems surrounding those temples, such as in Madurai, in Arunachala, in Kanchipuram, in so many different places across India, and in all of the Hindu nations that were at one point Hindu, in all of these nations, just what we see today, the temples that we have are not even a handful of what has been destroyed by the invaders 700 years ago. And since that time until now, continuously, the destruction of temples has continued. Even until today, Hindus do not have the sovereignty, even the right over the temple ecosystems, where the funds are coming and where the donations that are coming for the temples, how that is being used, how temple priests should be treated and paid, and how they should be housed, how the rituals should be conducted. All of this is literally destroyed by the anti-Hindu militant forces. And continuously the same tactic of grabbing the temples, hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars even, has literally been looted from the temples and the temple treasuries of the Hindu civilization. And it is from the destruction of temples that literally the entire thing, the entire Hindu Holocaust has started. And until today, even in the persecution, the decades-long persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, we have seen this again and again. We have seen how in every instance, in 2010, how every single Adinam in India faced brutal attack, faced some kind of grabbing by the anti-Hindu militant forces, where literally the land itself was seized. The sovereign land was seized. In a country where the indigenous kingdoms had their own sovereignty, today we're not even able to say the least of that. Today we'd like to present to each and every one of you a brief history of the temple destruction, the destruction of Hindu temples, how that has been a tactic in the entire Hindu Holocaust, and how until today, even in the attacks against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, we've been seeing it again and again. Joining with me today to present this is also Ma Nithyananda Swami. And we'd like to begin the presentation for how the Hindu temples and in the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, we have seen again and again how the anti-Hindu militant forces, sometimes even state-sponsored elements, have literally grabbed and forced even the women of Kailasa, the peaceful Hindu women sannyasis, to be removed from the land, kicked us out on the streets, and ensured that even we don't have a home to stay in. And of course, literally, we've seen this happen again and again, beginning from 2010, when the home of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was attacked, and the literally set on fire in every direction. And since then, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has not been safe at all in India. Now, we'd like to begin presenting to each and every one of you about how the attacks against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the attacks and this particular tactic of land grabbing and the destruction of Hindu adhinams, the ecosystem, has worked in the entire Hindu Holocaust and destroyed civilization.
Yes, thank you, Sadashupri. As we are observing the Hindu Holocaust Awareness Month, the month of July 2021, we would like to present to you how the various enlightenment ecosystems of Kailasa have been destroyed and are continuing to be destroyed by the anti-Hindu militants. And one of the first ecosystems that we would like to present to you is from the very birthplace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the attacks on the ancient adhinams, the enlightenment place of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which is the Paramashivoham, the sacred hillock. Just to give a little background about the sacredness of this place, it is the first enlightenment experience place. In 1989, this sacred hillock was where His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam had his first enlightenment experience. It was a full moon day, Paurnami, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had a profound realization of his own self in everything. He was, as a Supreme Pontiff, was around 12 years old at that time. And here we are going to watch a short video where the Supreme Pontiff himself narrates the experience, the first enlightenment experience in that very same place. Let's take a look at this video.
On the Vaikasi Visagam, Vaikasi month, Purnima Tithi, Visaga Nakshatram, one fine evening of a full moon day, Vaikasi month, Visaga Nakshatra, Paurnami Tithi, Subramania's enlightenment day. As per the tradition, he appeared from the third eye of Mahadeva. When I completed 11 and aging into 12, no school at that time, usually this May, June, no school. So usually this summer time I will go and sit in the temple or the hill. Around 4:30 to 6:30, maybe you can say this is the Sandhya time. Around the time of sunset and moonrise, I went to the hill, Arunachala hill. I was sitting at the foothills of Arunachala, where I was born and brought up. Whenever I find time, I'll go and spend time in that space, in that area, because Devi became enlightened there. That place is called Parashakti, Coral Hill. I can say in a way the whole ambience was so calm, so beautiful. I decided to close my eyes. I was not even meditating. I was just sitting in a very relaxed way. Those days, I started practicing the self-enquiry. Who am I? Sometime I may feel from where the thoughts are rising. That is thought as taught by Annamalai Swamigal. An enlightened being, enlightened master, who is a disciple of great incarnation, Ramana Maharshi. Once I closed the eyes, the intensity of my yearning started taking over me. I just felt, what is it I am seeking? Who is that me who is seeking? Who is that me that is deeply discontented about anything I see, hear? Who is that who is deeply discontented even about my own existence? Suddenly, one moment, something happened. Like I'm being sucked inside, pulled inside. Suddenly something opened in me. Something broke inside this Anandaganda area. Literally opened. The first thing happened is that idea inside and outside broke. Means now I know who is the experiencer. Life, alive, being present in everything, experiencing. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me. I started seeing the whole 360 degree. I could see literally all the sides. 360 degree this side and 360 degree this side. 10 direction. Above and below, side, everything I could see without turning my head, without opening my eyes. My eyes was closed. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience how much I am alive inside my skin, the same frequency, the same depth. I was feeling I am alive outside my skin, everything, in everything. That whole 360 degree is me. The skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. The trees next to me, the temple near me, the hillock around me, the sky above me, and the moon, sun which was setting, moon which was rising. I felt I am alive in everything around me. The whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, bush, shrubs, the idea something is inside and something is outside is completely lost. I just know I am that oneness is the existence. There is no inner, there is no outer, there is no moving, there is no unmoving. The smallest movements of these plants is my movement, and the highest stillness of the center of the cosmos is my stillness. It will feel like as if the whole sky is centered on my Anandaganda. It looks like a huge balloon which is tied to my Anandaganda, and that balloon is the whole cosmos. Pure, solid gold flowing through my spine, which was cool. Full 2.5 days I was able to see all 360 degree continuously. Whether I went to the home or anywhere I was walking around, I was able to see the whole thing. I went and told my godmother, Vibhudanandapuri. I asked her whether am I possessed by ghost. She checked my energy and said, no, you are possessed by God. The vision of seeing 360 degree is settled, but that experience of I am one has never left. Now, that very experience getting reproduced in So many Gurukul kids, even adults, it's only with the lamps lit, the power of the original lamp is established. I can say so many kids having their third eye awakened, even the adults having their third eye awakened, able to see everything beyond the use of senses. My message on this Nithyananda Purnima: work on your third eye, have initiation, see to it your third eye is awakened. My blessings to all of you. Let every one of you experience the highest enlightenment.
Yes.
We
Yes.
heard how sacred this hillock, Parakundu, the first enlightenment experience of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Parakundu is the place where the sacred mother, Devi Parashakti, herself did the penance, realized herself as a complete synthesis of the male and female energies, became revered by the ASMT community deity called Ardhanarishwara. Yes, Masada Shaprima, you wanted to share something?
Yes. Yes. So, Parashakti is a place where the cosmic mother did penance, realized herself as a complete synthesis of male and female energy, and became revered by the ASMT community as the deity led by Ardhanarishwara. Sorry, continuing on.
Here you can see the signs of enlightenment, the Guru Parampara. Guru Parampara kept alive. Here you can see the Guru Parampara from Devi Parashakti, Isaki Swamigal, Mata Vibhudananda Puri, and Bhagavan, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So first, the leftmost photo is the photo where Devi did penance at this very place. Paramashivoham at Parakundu and Devi Parashakti herself got enlightened. The second photo is that of the Isaki Swamigal, who is seated on the Sarvajñapita, the all-knowing seat in Tiruvannamalai. The third photo is that of Mata Vibhudananda Puri, is seated on the Sarvajñapita as inheritor to Isaki Swamigal. And on the rightmost is the photo of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, seated on the Sarvajñapita as the next inheritor of the lineage. The same Kamandalu, the sacred water pot, and the Danda, the wooden staff, are seen next to him, next to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as part of what was handed over on initiation into the lineage.
In this very place, the Pavalakundru, the sacred hillock, on the 19th of November 2002, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had actually inaugurated the Nithyananda Annalaya. And in this very place, on this occasion, as you can see the photograph, here he conducted one of the earliest recorded Annadan, where he himself cooked and himself had shared the food with all of the devotees, the yatris, actually, where he had conducted a Padayatra on this very special occasion of Kartika Deepam from Bengaluru, where he had already settled down in the Adi Kailasa Sarvajñapita. And from there, he conducted a yatra to Tiruvannamalai. And this beautiful program he conducted, and this place is where The ever-burning stoves of the Nithyananda Annalaya continuously serving food, free food, had started on this very day in 19 November 2002. At least this is the earliest recorded time function where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had literally cooked the food and served. And this is a beautiful, beautiful presentation where we can see literally how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had cultivated the beautiful Hindu culture, serving and cooking, serving and sharing food with others, sharing the sacred sentiments in this enlightenment ecosystem, in the very place where Devi herself became enlightened. Yes, so in this very place as well, as we had known before, Kuppamal, Mataji Vibhudananda Puri had built a construction, a sabha, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism would establish the first and in the building where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is serving food in these pictures, that is the sabha, which Kuppamal or Mataji Vibhudananda Puri had constructed in around 1988, in around that time.
In the year 2003, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is seen giving a short discourse at Paramakundra on the occasion of the birth start celebrations of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
And here you can see the multifarious events that have happened. In 2006, the community created a humble roof for the spiritual and social activities such as Annadan, yoga, meditation, puja, and spiritual discourses at Pavlakundur. And you can see some of the examples where Swamiji is literally pioneering, literally spearheading the activities, spiritual services of the Adinam in Pavlakundur. And after this, all of the sannyasis followed and ensured that the activities that he started would not cease.
In 2007, the ASMT monks and devotees offer the puja to the Sadashiva Shila, the enlightenment experience rock, worshipping it as a living deity. Paramakundra on the enlightenment experience anniversary day, please understand what is a deity. A deity is an energy which transmits that experience of the divine into us. The Paramakundra is the rock where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself sat and experienced and had that first enlightenment experience and that first Advaitic experience. So this rock, anybody who just is in the breathing space of that rock and just sits near that rock, the mirroring effect of the neurons of the Supreme Pontiff's brain gets mirrored. That same experience gets transmitted into us just because of the value and the sacredness of the kshetra, of this space, just because the Supreme Pontiff himself had experienced that first enlightenment experience. Just going and just touching that rock and just sitting around that rock can transmit that same experience to all of us. That is why this rock is worshipped as a living deity.
And here we can see up until 2017, the worship which continues by the monks, the Hindu pujacharyas of Kailasa at Pavlakundur, literally worshipping the very rock where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had the first enlightenment experience.
So you can see that everyday worship continues at Pavlakundur by the ASMT monastic members. In the Guru Gita, there is a beautiful verse. Gurareva jagat sarvam brahma vishnu shivatmakam gurof parataram nasti tasmat sampujayet gurum. Indeed, the Guru is the whole universe consisting of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. There is nothing higher than the Guru. Therefore, worship the Guru. The 80th verse of Guru Gita, and it says, The Guru himself is the whole universe. There is nothing higher than the Guru. Therefore, worship the Guru. And now we are going to see how the anti-Hindu elements planned a conspiracy and a brutal attack on this sacred enlightenment ecosystem. Let's take a look. This short clip. So we saw how the monastic members were kicked out of the very same place where near the Paramakundru, where the monastic members were kicked out of the enlightenment ecosystem from where they were offering the puja, the worship services, the healing services, the annada. They were completely kicked out of that place. Let us see what happened that led to the destruction of the enlightenment ecosystem. The first attack in 2017, which was an intimidation. So here you can see the attack by the government officials itself. They first come and visit the place, attack. So the first they came to intimidate, and then on the 5th of February 2017, they started the attack. They started attacking the monastic members. And on the 3rd June 2017, continued with the third attack. We are now going to show you the videos of the actual attack at Paramakundru.
Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
Welcome back. And now we are going to show you what really happened.
Nithyananda Mutha. Janasanchara.
So this is the exact same place, the enlightenment ecosystem established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And you can see our monastic members setting up the temple and offering the puja. And the local authorities, basically the anti-Hindu elements ganged up with the local state bodies, with the local law enforcement authorities, and came along with the police, and they tried to evacuate us from the Adinam. They tried to displace our sannyasis who were there, performing the rituals, performing the pujas, doing service to the public, and protecting the enlightenment ecosystem, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had the first enlightenment experience. And this is where the law enforcement authorities came, and they completely demolished the Adinam that we had set up there, the enlightenment ecosystem, threw the deities out on the road, completely demolished the Adinam.
గమనించేందుకు స్కెచ్ చేసింది నిత్యానంద ముఠ.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. So here you can see how the anti-Hindu elements came, and they barged in. They came in along with the government authorities and the local police, and they tried to completely destroy and demolish. It was just a small thatched hut, and doing service to the public. And here you can see how the monastic members are being handled. They are being dragged, and the deities are being thrown out. It is just a simple thatched hut where the disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are sitting there and doing some seva. The sannyasis are brutally manhandled and treated like some criminals and thugs and terrorists, and the deities are being thrown out. Here you can see the deity, the living deity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Atmamurti. And with the sannyasi sitting inside, the entire thatched hut is brought down on the roof. The deities are being thrown on the road. Here you can see how the deities are being abused, and here you can see the anti-Hindu elements just throwing the deities out on the road, just keeping them on the road with absolutely no respect. And the entire enlightenment ecosystem has been shattered. You can see.
Not only that, but we can see also the blatant, broadcasted violence against women in the footage that we are seeing here. How the anti-Hindu militant forces have no problem at all in brutally assaulting, harassing, and sexually abusing the women sannyasis who are sitting here. And even though they're literally blocking the deities, the sacred deities which they are protecting with their life, as the entire Adinam is being destroyed, they are literally harassed, pulled, and everything.
Absolutely. So the attack by the authorities continued. There was an attempt to murder the ASMT monks and assault the female monks of His Divine Holiness. On the 16th of June 2017, all the sannyasis staying in Tiruvannamalai climbed up to Pavarakundal and began preparing for the evening rituals, which is when the attack happened. You can see how the male and female sannyasis are being manhandled as if they are some criminals and terrorists. And this whole thing gets telecasted on multiple national media channels. Here you can see the sacred religious places of worship of the ASMT community being destroyed by the caste supremacists, atheist terrorists, and the communist terrorist forces. Here you can see the female ASMT monks being threatened by the government officials and an ASMT member being brutally attacked by the police. The female ASMT monks and deities being abused by the police, the caste supremacists, atheist terrorists, and the communist forces. And on the middle, you can see the ASMT monk facing inhuman treatment by the police, and the media houses misrepresenting the ASMT monks as criminals. Here is a photo of Sri Nithya Parabrahmananda Maharaj after the assault. After the mob entered the premises and started assaulting all the male and the female monks, they started throwing stones. 10 different mobsters ganged up and started hitting him. Parabrahmananda Maharaj was attacked with stones and then beaten with iron rods on the head, shoulders, and legs. He fainted from the pain during this attack, but the attackers didn't stop hitting him and wanting to kill him on the spot. The attack continued, with the fourth attack happening on the 16th of June 2017. A group of sannyasis were at the Pavakundra in Tiruvannamalai offering the puja, the ritualistic worship to the Sadashiva Shila. The district collector, without any prior notice, executed a planned attack with a clear intention to vacate us. He came with the police, the caste supremacists, atheist terrorists, and the communist terrorist forces and destroyed and pulled down the huts of the monks, manhandled them, physically injured them like beasts, and finally illegally arrested them for no reason. The mob attempts to lynch 3 innocent ASMT monks at Pavakundra. Repeated attacks made by assassins incited with hatred by the caste supremacists, atheist terrorists, and communist terrorist forces on Sadashiva Shila at Pavakundra in Tiruvannamalai. On the 16th of June 2007, a mob of 80 plus persons attempted murder on 3 innocent sannyasis who were taking care of the Sadashiva Shila, rock worshipped as a living deity at Pavakundra. This mob was sent to drive them away. The reason being the monks resisted the false accusations and the claims made by the police and the revenue officers. The ASMT monks saw their leaders, Veerabhadran and Karuppakarana, talking and interacting with officials in a casual way. The attack was well planned by the Tamil Nadu state government to take the illegal possession of the sacred land. The anti-Hindu media misrepresenting the attack and showing the sannyasis as thieves. Here you can see the photos of Parabrahmananda Maharaj after the attack. The monk went into coma and his head and eyes were severely injured. But the attack did not stop. The attack continued on the 22nd of June 2017, the 6th attack. On the 22nd of June 2017, without any reason, policemen dragged the monks and illegally arrested them. Without any reason, the policemen suddenly dragged the monks, illegally arrested them. 2 female monks were also amongst them. As per the law, a woman cannot be held in a police station after 6 p.m. Completely violating this rule, they had female sannyasis in the police station till much later in the night. The Hindu monks, Hindu rituals, and sacred sentiments were treated in such preposterous ways, harassing and instilling fear in them to subjugate them.
And not only this, on the 22nd of June 2017, without any reason, the policemen suddenly dragged the monks and illegally arrested them.
The relentless attacks continued till the 18th of May 2018.
On 18th of May 2018, anti-Guru terrorists had literally abused the sacred Paramashivoham in Pavlakundu, Tiruvannamalai, and they attempted to lynch the Kailasa members when they could not reach the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. They abused by throwing the footwear at the sacred Paramashivoham, and they even defiled Paramashivoham by urinating on it to mock, hurt, and literally defile, dehumanize every single Hindu, every single member of Kailasa, and destroy, stamp on the religious sentiments of all of us Kailasians.
The attackers assaulted one ASMT community member who came to offer his puja during this time with stones and sharp weapons and criminally intimidated him, hurling life threats, deterring him from continuing worship. The aged caretaker lady who lives there was also attacked, suffering head injury inflicted by the assassins.
Then the persistent abusal and life attacks by the anti-Hindu terrorist forces clearly reveals the demonic agenda to completely destroy Sanatana Hindu Dharma and Kailasa in particular by ruthlessly destroying such spiritual significant Hindu sites and all of the people who are protecting them. The attackers tore and pulled down the saffron robe, which was adorned on the Paramashivoham, and they literally brought it to the ground. They also unearthed the sacred Trishul or the trident and damaged it to the point of not being able to protect it, not being able to use it for ritualistic purposes.
To really stop this attack, and what is the solution? How can we protect these enlightenment systems? As the Supreme Pontiff says, not by revolution, but by evolution is a solution. It is not by conflict or war, but by setting up model communities, enlightenment ecosystems. Sarvagnapitas is the solution. Today, Kailasa has set up the enlightenment ecosystems in more than 150 countries worldwide and continuing to expand. We invite each and every one of you in joining us, become a part of Kailasa and support the revival of the ancient enlightenment ecosystems. And as a part of this series, we will be continuing to present to you various different aspects of the Hindu Holocaust and the persecution which is continuing to happen against Hinduism and against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as a part of the Hindu Awareness Month that Kailasa is observing in July 2021. Hope this was an informative session for you, and we invite each and every one of you to please leave your comments in the Facebook Live and the YouTube live chat, as we will be right back with you in the next in the evening. Today evening, again, we will be having a segment where we will be continuing to share about the Hindu Holocaust and its continuing effects on Kailasa and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. With this, we will now be moving on to the next segment of this program today, which is the Kailash Courtyard Power Manifestation session. We will be ending this session with the Purna Mantra. Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you.
Paramashivoham.